This is Fred, your agronomist, and like I've always been telling you, every day, every moment is a learning day. And this is a class that I train on good agricultural practice, the best way to manage crops from watermelon, capsicum, tomatoes. You can check on this channel and have an overall knowledge and get the skills. So there are so many things that comes hand in hand with environmental condition and the growth of the crop. In most cases, the biggest enemy of in-crop production is the environment. If you're able to manage, or if you're able to be proactive and do a protective product, be it a pesticide or a fungicide, you'll be able now to make sure your crop is safe and it's secure. When protecting the crop, we start with the leaves. That's the factory of the crop. If you fail to protect the leaves of the crop, it will give you nothing. And talking of now the effect that comes from the environment, in our previous videos we've discussed in details many of these challenges, but we have never seen them before. And today I'll be taking you through some few challenges that affect both capsicum, they affect watermelon, they affect tomatoes, but we'll be using an example of watermelon because that's where I found the challenge and I would like you to see it. My biggest ambition, or whatever I usually look at, is a farmer who will not face the challenges that I've faced before, or the challenges that other farmers have faced before. That's why I'll show you, even if it's not going well in the farm, I'll show you the challenge so that you can be able to run away from it, so that you can be able to protect your crop. And you know, a healthy crop is good production, and in good production, that is where business is. Remember, farming is business. Farming is not farming for the sake of farming. If there is no business in farming, farmers will run away from farming. So today, there are several diseases that comes hand in hand with environmental condition. Among them is blight, as you can see on this leaf. See on these two leaves, it looks like acid has burnt the leaves, and they have turned to this to this nature, or they have dried. And this blight, or this disease, this fungal disease, is brought in by cold conditions, also wet conditions. When it's it's raining and the weather is the environment has a lot of moisture and it's very cold, you will experience this. And now the question is, how do you prevent your crop from this? To prevent your crop from this, you need to do a protective fungicide in order to prevent it from this. For those farmers who may want to know the protective fungicide, see, you can even light fire using these leaves because they are completely dried. They are completely dried. You can light the fire using them. So in order to make sure you avoid this problem, you can do a preventive fungicide, like a fungicide with metalaxyl and mancozeb, a fungicide like ridomil. Also, you can use copper-based fungicide, blue copper-based fungicide like funguran. They are very good. And the worst challenge about the problem is, when all the leaves, like, look at this fruit, all the leaves are affected, everything is not working well, and the fruit is left alone. This fruit, the possibility of this fruit not maturing is very high, or else this fruit not developing to a bigger fruit is very high, because we've already lost all the leaves because of blight, or because of that fungal disease. Another fungal disease that affect the leaves is now this one. You can see the difference. There is this, which is a fungal disease brought in by the cold conditions, and there is another one here. You can see the grayish thing that is under the leaf. This is what we call downy mildew. Downy mildew is also brought in by the cold conditions and the moist conditions. And you can only avoid this because, like I told you, it's a weather problem. It's not something that you can wake up tomorrow and assume that things will be okay. It's a weather problem. So what you need to do is to make sure you protect the crop, do a protective fungicide in order to make sure the crop is well protected and it's safe. So the downy mildew can reduce you to this level. See, now this is what downy mildew does. You can see it is affecting the leaves. It is affecting the leaves, and this is how bad the leaves can be. This is how it can get worse because of the disease. In order to avoid this, you can see it's drying the leaves as if there is acid that was used on it, which is very tricky and it's very dangerous. And to lose leaves at this stage, which is fruiting stage, is very dangerous because the fruit won't develop. As you can see, they are very small. They won't develop. Some others will be malformed, and we need a good fruit and a better fruit. So in order to avoid all these diseases, one thing is to be able to identify or be able to know at this weather condition, this disease can affect me. At this weather condition, this disease can affect me. When it's raining, when it's very hot, there are different enemies that may come attacking you. So as a farmer, you're supposed to know all these, or your farm manager or the agronomist that you're working with is supposed to know this. And again, you can also involve the freelance agronomist to be able to help you in order to curb some of these diseases, because you have so many experts that are working with farmers and farmers cannot experience this. This is a big challenge. Look at this section here. There is no fruit, there is no flower, all because we lost all the leaves because of this disease. We've learned, I know you've learned something from our today's video. If you haven't joined this channel, subscribe to the channel. If you can also share the link to invite other farmers, because a problem shared is a problem solved. I don't want to visit your farm, or I don't want you to get into farming and get these challenges. I want you, once you get there, you are able to curb them and you are able to control everything that comes with the environmental condition, because environment is the biggest challenge and that's what we fight against. Until next time, subscribe to this channel so that we can continue learning together. Bye.